Hey guys, in today's video I'll be doing a severe weather update video, particularly talking about the southern northeast, coastal southern New England, particularly with the tri-state area, because it looks like we'll be getting some pretty decent storms that will be coming through that will actually apparently be putting out 1 to 3 plus inches of rainfall in southwestern Connecticut. And it also looks like they could be accompanied by some strong winds and maybe some small hail. But it's going to be really just the heavy rain and strong winds, especially the heavy rain. In fact, before I show you the percentage chances for each of those things, this is my Instagram. If you guys want to go check that out, search up my name. I'll show you this first, and then I'll get into that. This new weather post that I just saw a few minutes ago says that strong to severe thunderstorms possible today for most of the state, and for particularly Connecticut. It's talking about the main impacts from the storms will be gusty winds and small hail. There is also a slight risk of excessive rainfall for southwestern Connecticut, where 1 to 3 plus inches of rainfall is possible. So, I mean, I commented. I had to comment about that. And I was like, 1 to 3 inches plus? Damn. Because, I mean, that's just insane. Especially with that really slow-moving thunderstorm that we just had a couple days ago, which was insane. I got 1.5 inches of rainfall from that. So, that's definitely not a good thing. If you want to follow my Instagram, it's just search up zsalia4. Salia spelled Sahlia. I'll also link it down in the description of this video. So if you want to check my Instagram account out, I post tons of weather stuff on there as well. The chances for each thing, tornadoes, not really any chance of tornado with this, since it's really just marginal risk, even though we can still see some tornadoes and marginal risks, but that's kind of pretty hard to get most of the time. It's really for the slight risk out there in the northern plains that they have a 2% chance of a tornado, but it's really wind here for where in southwestern Connecticut, in southwestern New England, southwestern New England, coastal New England, southern parts of the northeast tri-state area. We have a 5% chance of wind risk. Hail, we don't have any chance of hail, but I mean, honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if we do get some isolated storms that do have some small hail at least, at the most like pea-sized hail. That's the percentage risk for each category for the marginal risk here. I'll take you to Tropical Tidbits, show you the forecast models for this stuff. I'll take you to the Northeast U.S. And, I mean, there you can see it's like all moves. You can see the direction all the storms move through. It goes just from the northwest to southeast, coming through the tri-state area directly into some heavier pockets there. So, it's the GFS is surprisingly picking up on it decently. So, there's that. CMC, also is kind of picking up on that as well. In fact, let's look at what the GFS shows for total accumulated precip. You can see rainfall amounts generally around an inch to an inch and a half, maybe inch and a quarter, inch and a half for most areas. Maybe some isolated amounts closer to 1.5 inches to 2 inches. But yeah, you can see within that, and even like some even small pockets of strong storms that can come through can dump even more rain on that. So this is really just a pretty much like a best estimate, best guess as of right now that the GFS has. So, there's that. The CMC's total rainfall, it's not really showing as much, but, that's that. The new version of the GFS shows, it's still kind of new and trying to replace it within the next year or so. So, we're not going to really use that. But, let's see, the best model really to use here, let's say the NAM3KM. I'll show you what it shows for the storms first. You can see there's the storms coming through. Nice line that sets up right around, when is this? This is 8 o'clock, so 6, 7 o'clock really. It's 6, 7 p.m. for areas in coastal Connecticut, southwestern Connecticut, particularly through New York City, and very north of New Jersey, right near New York City, for those strongest storms to come through. So let's see NAM with the total accumulated precip. You can see, let's actually, I'm going to zoom this in for you guys so you can see it better. That's, if you can see that chart there, right there on the side there, for pretty much between Norwalk and Bridgeport, rainfall amounts are anywhere from around 2 inches up to 3, maybe 4 inches. So, it's really picking up on the heavy rain because of all these, especially isolated severe storms that come through that are very slow movers. So, this rainfall is going to be just crazy, honestly. Let's see if the NAM is able to pick up on the winds, maybe, with this stuff. Closer to the ground, or, let's see. Yeah, you can see actually the low, there's this, very weak low pressure system that is accompanied with these storms, but, as it's moving through, the winds look to pick up to between 15 to 20 knots, I'd say, especially for coastal southwestern Connecticut. So, it's also, again, the winds are really going to pick up with this heavy, slow-moving rain from these slow-moving storms. So, it's really just watch out for these storms, honestly. What else might show you this? I'll show you what the Euro's showing on pivotal weather, what it's showing, because just, why not? Let's see, Euro, do forecast loop. Can I zoom in? Yes, good. All right, zoom into the northeast forecast loop. So let's take this out a bit through time, and you can see it has those storms coming through. Of course, it's not as well. It's not as good as a model because it's not as high resolution, but you can see it generally shows those storms moving through in the same direction as all other models are showing it, and slow movers again with very heavy pockets of rain within the strongest ones, slow moving. So again, flooding could be a very huge problem with the flooding, especially for coastal areas and stuff. So we could see some flooding, especially along the shoreline, the immediate shoreline, and maybe around some ponds and streams that are maybe a little more inland. But maybe some roads will also be underwater for a bit as well. What I'm going to try and do later on in the afternoon when the storms come through my area, which will again be more towards 6, 7 p.m., I will try and go outside my front porch and take videos of the storms and try and get a good video of any storms and upload it to YouTube as well so you guys can see that. But yeah, of course, as you can see, the Euro is also really agreeing with the other models for these storms. So it's a good thing, and actually what am I doing? Let's look at what the total rainfall is. Where is say total accumulated precip? Let's do that. There you can see. Well, that's interesting. It shows the most for very central Connecticut, from Hartford, Connecticut, pretty much down through New Haven, or just to the east of New Haven through, maybe close to New London, I think it is. But only for coastal southwestern Connecticut, for what the Euro is showing, it's only showing 0.2 to 0.3 inches of rainfall, maybe. But I think a lot of the storms will also be a little farther west and go through more of southwestern Connecticut as well as along with central Connecticut. Eastern Connecticut, I don't think will really get too much, maybe some isolated pockets of storms, but the storms will mainly be for central and western Connecticut. And then going through New York City and northern New Jersey. And that's why they have the marginal risk having these areas pretty much in the center of it, the southern center of it. of the Marshall risk on the SPC website for what the SPC put out. So yeah, that's it for today's video, guys. I really hope you enjoyed. Please, if you live in any of these areas, just make sure you're safe. You are safe. You stay inside. Really, just stay inside and don't really go outside. And if you're driving around, just try and hold off on driving around for a little bit within those hours. I'd say between 5 and 8 p.m. Will really be that best window for the storms, for the strongest storms that'll come through. So if you can hold off on driving within that time frame for a bit, that's really good, because just really you don't want to be driving through any flooded roads. Again, the Weather Channel's motto for this: "Turn around, don't drown." It's a good thing to go by, especially for these storms. So, again, turn around, don't drown if you are driving, and if you know you're going to drive but you see the storms are coming, just hold off for a bit, and don't get in your car yet. Yeah, hopefully you enjoyed. Please like, comment, subscribe below, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.